I'm Chris Devine, and this is Six String World. I hope you all had a very Merry and safe Christmas. I hope if you're as lucky as I am to have this time off from work and to recover from the dumpster fire that is 2020 and recharge your batteries to face the new and hopefully happier new year. With this little break, I usually deep dive into my YouTube watch list and play catch up on all the watch later videos and a lot of year-end stuff. However, I usually seem to blast through these videos pretty quickly, and I bet I will this year as well, due to not being able to go out and do things we normally do during this downtime. Most of my favorite YouTube channels shut down during this week as they're probably recovering from their holidays and enjoying some time off. I bet there's going to be more than a few people like myself that might be looking for some new YouTube content to view during this down week. So I figured for this week, each day, I'll post a video on my best gear purchases I made in 2020. These are items I plunked down my own hard-earned cash for, and that's usually the best and most honest review you can get. Up until this year, I was using a very inexpensive Mitchell Acoustic. It's a great guitar. It feels great, sounds great, and most importantly, out of all my guitars, it's the one that made me a lot of money from gigs. But for 2020, I figured it was time to upgrade. And I was anticipating my usual dozen plus gigs this year. A lot of them are acoustic situations, but you know, 2020 had different ideas. So the first item I grabbed this year was my PRS Se Ax20e Acoustic. I got this at John Mann's Guitar Vault in Bedford, New Hampshire. He has a lovely loft kind of showroom that has an excellent selection of PRS guitars, as well as some other very nice brands. I've been dealing with John for quite a few years now, and I can't say enough nice things about him. His wife Roxanne is fantastic, as well as all the other people that I've dealt with there. They are just a pleasure to deal with on all fronts. And usually every fall, except for this year, they usually put on a big PRS shindig. Paul Reed Smith himself does a clinic and usually brings some great players like Dave Grissom and Mark Holcomb and Tony McManus, Dusty Waring, and Dave Weiner. It's something I look forward to this coming year. This guitar happens to have a solid Sitka spruce stop, a mahogany back and sides, and it's the Angelus, I don't know the actual pronunciation, but it's a cutaway body style, obviously. 20 frets, 25.3 inch scale length, and I'm going to post a full link to the specs from PRS's website below. So first off, it's the tone of this guitar I really love. It's fantastic. My singer plays acoustic as well, and he has a really nice Taylor, and I was looking to get something kind of similar, but after sitting down with one, with this guitar specifically, this blew me away. And I know you could probably start a flame war about a PRS SE versus a Taylor, but this one just made sense for my playing style and what I was looking for. Now, I normally don't make price a big deal, but I did score this on a March Madness sale at John Mann's, and at the reduced price, I just couldn't pass it up. Sonically, it's a great pairing for my singer's guitar, and I'm kind of glad I didn't get a Taylor, as this kind of carves out its own space while complementing his sound, and his guitar kind of complements what I've got going on. And that brings me to the next thing, which is the playability. A lot of times when my singer's playing open chords or playing with a capo, there's sometimes I'm going up higher for certain inversions and different chordal variations, and sometimes it's vice versa. He's playing with no capo and I will be, and it's very easy to get across the neck to those different positions all around a lot easier. So it's a very easy playing guitar. You're not fighting it in any way whatsoever. There are some acoustics, if you're an electric player primarily, you switch to playing acoustic, it sometimes feels like you're struggling or like you're playing with some sort of handicap. Not in this case. I primarily play electric, but when I do shift to acoustic, this is one where it still feels more like an acoustic, but definitely responds like an electric in the ways I particularly want it to. So that's really a benefit for me. The overall build quality is very great on this guitar, and it didn't see a lot of gigs this year, but it has seen a lot of playing around my house, in my studio, as well as the practices that my band did have. And this is one of those kind of instruments when you try to pick it apart and be nitpicky and try to find some little thing you can say bad about it, well, that's kind of a wasted effort. This is well done. The binding is excellent. The rosette is beautiful. The fretwork is amazing. The overall fit and finish is fantastic. It is an import guitar. It's not one of their core models. Actually, I believe PRS only does private stock acoustics made in America, but they're usually similar designs, but obviously a very big upscale as far as being all handmade in their American factory. So there is a big difference in what you're getting for instrument, but there's also a big difference in the price as well. Now, usually I get about 3 to 4 acoustics a year to review for Performer Magazine, and they range from reasonably priced, what I would call a performer's instrument, someone's a gigging musician and that really needs a guitar that's going to be a good value. And then the next level that we usually see are what I would call a full professional level, and usually a bit more expensive of an instrument. And then the next level is usually something on the ultra big bucks instrument that they are professional, but I bet they're more going towards the hands of collectors than players that are gigging live, whether they're gigging in and around their neighborhoods or gigging on worldwide stages. Some of those guitars are absolutely positively amazing in the overall fit and finish, as well as the detail put in there. And that's a lot of money into an instrument like that. And a lot of those guitars I know end up in collector's editions. Now, getting my hands on all these varying price point guitars, it really gives me a good perspective where the overall value is on these instruments. And also really kind of focused on what my needs were for what I was trying to do. Now, I'm definitely not saying this instrument is better than a $4,000 Taylor. It's not at all. I've done reviews on those types of instruments, and I do take them to gigs. I try them out, and they're usually fantastic. But for my budget and my paycheck for what my application is, this is perfect for me right now. And this is a nice step up from the instrument that I had, and I'm really hoping to put a lot of playing on it in the coming year and beyond, hopefully. Now, my cover band works in a few different configurations, and one of them is acoustic or unplugged, and this guitar will come in very handy when we do those types of gigs. We do them as a full 4-piece band, a 3-piece band, and sometimes as a duo. And this enables us to not have to turn down certain gigs when we get called to do them. A lot of places, they want live music, but they don't want to give up the floor space for a stage or have to deal with loud volumes. It's easier to clear out a booth or two, and the lower volume kind of makes it easier so the bartenders can hear orders and the people aren't completely drowned out. And they found out it's kind of important. Customers do like the ambience of the music, but they don't want it overpowering them. So I'm hoping as we get into 2021 and venues are opening up again, we'll be ready, and I'll be able to hopefully use this instrument a lot through that. So I'm very excited for it. To sum this all up, I got a really great PRS guitar with the usual PRS quality. It is excellent playability. It sounds fantastic. The price was absolutely amazing, and I'm really looking forward to giving it a full workout in the coming year. So that's today's episode for the 2020 Gear of the Year, and I'd love to know about you guys. Did you make any gear purchases this year, and how about your thoughts on acoustics? Do you prefer something that is a little bit more upscale like Taylor's and maybe some of the more Martins, or do you kind of go for some of the ones that are really great workhorse value type instruments like the one I have here? I'd love to hear about it, so if you could put it in the comments below, that'd be great. If you like this channel, please hit the subscribe button, and there's a bell icon as well so you can know when I put up a new video. And if you like this video, you can click the thumbs up button, and if you want to share it, there's a button for that as well, allowing you to post and share this to social media or text or an email this to somebody else if you feel that they'd like to see it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Take care.